My name's Chris Husbands. I'm a fitness advisor in the sports department at John Lewis, Oxford Street. I will help people who want to buy a piece of fitness kit, and I'll talk to them about what their fitness goals are and then link them to the product. I've always been in fitness. I've had my passions for fitness and anything to do with fitness. And I've been a personal trainer and gym instructor for the past 12, 13 years. So I thought, well, the sports department is a good place to work in. And advising people is something I've always done. So I had an idea that I'd like to create a kind of service for fitness, then I could use my skills and still do the job as a sales assistant at the same time. And thankfully, the business has backed me on that. When I was at school, it was very hard to think ahead what you really wanted to do. I actually had a thought I wanted to be doing electronics or electrician for a long time. Stayed on next year to get extra qualifications that I needed, but by then they were phasing out these things called apprenticeships. Alas, that wasn't the route I had to take. I then stumbled into just doing a job rather than the career and thought I'll do it for 3 months and end up with the same business 30 years on. When I first joined John Lewis, I joined as what they call a flying squad in those days. It's really a fill-in. You go where the help was needed. And so I was loading lorries, I was on delivering things to customers, I was stacking shelves in a stockroom. Then that job developed more and I became what's called a section manager, which you looked after a warehousing section and you had a small team under you. And that I quite liked, and from there on the job started to change and I was doing different jobs at that role. After about 25 years in the business, I decided to have a break and I gave myself a few goals I wanted to do. John Lewis would paid me for 6 months to not work for them. I can go off and do whatever I wanted to do and I still get paid each month. And I spent some of that time in Barbados for about 6 weeks to catch up on kind of my background. This is the first time I had an opportunity to go back and really look up, see my birthplace, the road I was born in, the family I hadn't seen as well. And the other part was to try out personal training as a business. I've always wanted to think, well, I could make some decent money doing this. And again, it's the passion that I had. And for 3 months I tried that and it seemed to work off quite well. With the family making an influence on careers, I think it has a big say. For me, I found that having children made a big, real difference. I suddenly thought, actually, I'm not just working for myself anymore now. I need to be successful at what I do so I can provide for my family. In my life outside of work, I have quite a few hobbies. I mean, there's been the kickboxing, kung fu, self-defense. I'm a personal trainer as well. That has some recreation because I like to train as well. So I train with some clients and I meet people from all walks of life. It's something I really enjoy and that's something that will always be part of what I do and a passion for what I always do. In 5 years' time, where I'd like to be would be sipping a rum punch on a beach in Barbados. Having to perhaps check on someone else in the business that I own who would be heading up an elite sporting fitness company. That's a big dream that I'd like to have. Realistically, I can see myself creating a fitness advisory setup in every branch around the country and being the person that who manages that. I don't regret the fact I didn't go to university or actually take on further education, but my daughter now going to university next year has made me feel quite proud that I've been able to help steer her into that direction, and hopefully one day she'll get a decent job that she can look after me.